What's up, everybody? Welcome to Silent Podcast, a place where everything but silent. I'm your host, Isaiah, and we're back to talk about Big Brother 25. I'm here with some very fun co-hosts, of course, from who all going to be there. I have Tracy. Did I get it right, Tracy?
Yes.
Tracy.
All right,
Yeah.
I was like, Tracy, how you doing?
Good. How are you? I'm glad to finally link up. It's been a minute.
Of course. Yeah, long time coming, you know what I'm saying? But
right?
We're here, of course. And then also got Eric.
What's up? Nothing much, man. I'm just happy to be here.
Okay. Josie and Katie are slacking tonight. They're both busy. It is what it is. But if you don't want to be a slacker, make sure you check out our Patreon. Make sure that patreon.com/soundpodcast. Make sure you join all that fun stuff. But we're here to talk about Big Brother 25. Been a very eventful week. Before we get to nitty gritty, how are you guys feeling about all this madness that's been going on so far?
Treat, you want to go first?
I don't like it. If I just had to sum it up. And what's funny is the outcome of the HOH this week. My number one thing is one person I don't want to win. It's just one. Because even the people that are against my faves, at least I know it's coming. But it was such a question mark. So I hate it. I'm upset.
Just the summary of the whole week, because we had this Cameron win, right? When the feeds got back on after he got back into the game, and we're all like, who's HOH? Who? We looking on the next, we looking to see where the key is hidden. Nobody can tell. Then we find out Cameron's HOH. We like, again, you know what I'm saying? Like, why are we dealing with this man again? And then he nominates Felicia, and we're like, she gonna be the target. Mimi's just the pawn. But then we get the backdoor thing thrown out there, and we're like, hold on, there might be some hope.
That backdoor talk had me up. You know what I'm saying?
Like, it re-energized. Like, I don't know about you, Isaiah, but we felt re-energized.
Definitely, because the feeds were off. Okay, I was like, you a little dry.
And then we didn't.
Oh no, go ahead.
I'm done. Go ahead.
So honestly, I mean, I think I've been energized for a majority of the season until the zombie week happened.
Yeah,
that it killed me, killed my soul.
Stopped. Yeah,
exactly. And I'm not particularly like a fan of like who's running the game. I am a little biased. I can admit that.
Rightfully so, as we should. It's okay.
Exactly. But
same.
Yeah, but ultimately, I am still getting what I'm asking for. I am getting the fights. I am getting the strategy. And I can't really complain too much more than that. Like, there's not a whole lot of people not playing for themselves. I can at least say that. Even the HOH, which we'll get into in a little bit, but I can't complain. I've seen worse. You know what I'm saying? Like, this isn't BB20
baby
second half decline.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
for
crazy.
Sure.
But might as well talk about what's going on. So before we even get into like this week, I just want to recap what happened last week a little bit. So obviously, we came off of a Cameron HOH last time we were here, and he put up Nicole. And he put up Nicole and Felicia, and it looked like maybe they could like get out of it, but like, I'm gonna be real with you. The moment I saw Felicia on the block, I was like, she's cooked. Like,
gone. No Look, we talked to Auntie. We had her eulogy written. We were like, what outfits we wearing. We know who had the body, because like it was her BB funeral this week. We knew it
was.
And obviously, we were all wrong, because Nicole ends up getting blindsided.
Ooh, bless her heart.
Guys, so before we even get to Nicole, I mean, this was the highlight for me yesterday. We got to see this crazy fight that was being spoken about that was off feeds. And obviously, I'm sure they didn't show us everything, but it was Felicia versus America and Corey. More so America and Felicia.
Was Corey even there? Because
his girlfriend was looking for him. Where's my knight in shining armor? Why is he here to protect me?
All you saw was the flap of that bathrobe. That's all you saw. He was gone.
Oh my God, he need to wash that robe.
Okay, but Tracy, how do you feel about this fight? Obviously, did it give you everything that you was looking for?
It gave for me. Because we talked about this on the pod last week because when Corey was going back and forth with Jerry, he had all the smoke for him. Because Jared was lying. He could get him in a lot of lies. But Felicia was telling the truth. He couldn't do nothing to go against that. So I think he was just like, oh, I ain't gonna even
avoid it at all costs.
Because he gonna get the stuttering. And he was gonna get caught. So he did the smart thing.
That's why he was like,
to go away.
Let's talk in private. She said, no, because that's where you get the line.
We're about to do that right now. But America had the smoke. I'm not mad at it. Because one thing I like, especially when you're going back and forth and Big Brother, I hate when the fights are one-sided. Come at me. Like, what's up? So I give her a little credit where credit's due. She did that one little thing.
Yeah. She tried to take up for her man, and he didn't do the same for her.
He didn't. He didn't do nothing.
Because she had no reason to even say anything to Felicia
at all.
But she decided, she was like,
well, if you ain't gonna say nothing, shoot.
Right. She tried to be a ride for him, but he wasn't riding for her.
My favorite part when Felicia was like, you made this alliance, and Felicia was like, no, you guys offer me and Nicole a Final Four, and you know that. And I was like,
no, my favorite part was when she was
TV like, ooh.
She said, and what do you think about your game running up under Corey? You think how far you think you're gonna go?
Just kind of straight out of nowhere.
And then she said, listen, what game you got?
Listen, I got jumped for saying anything related to that, but look, at least the players are seeing what I'm saying. That's all I gotta say.
We be here, we see you. You be getting jumped,
baby. We fight back though. You know what I'm saying?
But big L for America. She gets the whammy effect real quick. But anyways,
yep.
So we can move on from that. Great fight all around, but we're still kind of seeing like this dominance of I forget what their alliance name was, the Fugitives or something. And we'll get into them more when we talk about this week's effects. But ultimately, we are going to see Nicole eliminated. Eric, how you feel about that? Nicole gone.
It hurt. It wasn't surprising, but it hurt because I feel like I could see the potential player that Nicole could have been. And the potential player she would have been if we hadn't had, some twists and things thrown away. We would have been in a different stage of the game and things could have played out differently. So when she did leave, I was a little happy because I didn't want Felicia to leave pre-jury because I was like, Felicia not being in jury would be a travesty. But I love Nicole and she was on my draft. So I was rooting for her. And I know that she had the game clocked from beyond anybody else besides Corey in those earlier stages. She had the entire game clocked and how things were going to go, who was with who and how they were doing it. And so her game knowledge was there. She just never had the power to actually act upon it. So it was kind of sad to see someone who knows what's going on leave before they could do anything about it.
Right.
Yeah, it kind of killed me because, at first I didn't see it. But like slowly but surely, I'm like, all right, I'm starting to see what Nicole is trying to do. Playing passively, kind of like trying to float through the middle and just hope for a good week. But the problem is that it seemed like she was really reliant on like, all right, I need to win the HOH to make a move. And, that's cool and all. But if you wait so long to like make deals and make alliances with these other people, like you're going to get lost in the dust at a point, this week, Felicia was the intended target and, it flipped on her. So it's really unfortunate, but it is what it is. Nicole is our last pre-juror, and we get our HOH. Very luck based, but not really. If you studied the Instagram, the humiligram, whatever they call it, but we had a crazy outcome. Unfortunately, Sari taking another L, like nothing new.
Sari,
come on.
The first question.
The first question.
Like, come on, because if she wouldn't have got that wrong,
she gonna lose. I knew it was that one. I said, that one.
We gave up hope.
We automatically gave up. We said, that's a wrap.
Yeah, it was like,
one thing she's going to do is know how to lose a competition. Okay,
but she's the best
at that. Can't nobody beat her at it.
But you know, it was a really like last second thing because we're ultimately like seeing a lot of people kind of like get the lead, but eventually comes down to Felicia, who obviously made a big week the week before, you know, like starting all those fights, and then you got fucking Bowie Jane, where I was like anyone but her. Because like,
oh my god,
I had no idea what she was gonna do.
I was like, throw it, girl, throw it. What are you doing? You don't want to win.
All she had to do was miss a question, because clearly you knew the answers.
And listen, they are both so unserious because Bowie originally puts like what 27. What the hell? And then Felicia does like some random math. Like I saw 60 times 60
times 60. What is
she could have won with 60 times 60? She would have won.
She put 49,000.
Girl, where the maybe the rest of that math was invisible because what are you doing?
Because the way she was writing on that board, it seemed I thought she had the whole board covered with different things and she couldn't go around. All she got is
she over here like this.
I just want to know like, where are these people? Like, a mess. But Bowie Jane is our HOH now. Guys, obviously, you know, spoiler alert for anyone who doesn't want to know, and we could talk about how we got to this point, but we do have our noms. It is Felicia and it is Suri. Guys, is this a big L, or is this like, or do we have some hope?
I think there's a little bit of hope. Only because literally from last night, everybody been blocking everybody. Cam is trying to go against Corey. Corey's trying to go against Cam. I was like, Bowie Jane is pushing back a little bit more than I expected.
Surprisingly.
So I'm gonna give her a little credit. I thought she would like fold because it sounded like Suri is her target. But I don't know. I think there is promise in a week. I think the veto for sure will be used. That's what it's gonna come down to. Like, forget the noms. This is veto. What we really need to pay attention to.
Yeah. The noms. I thought she was gonna do more of a Felicia and Blue situation.
Yeah.
Because over the last couple of weeks, her and Suri have been like talking and hanging out. You know, she's been getting massages in. And so I thought that they were kind of on a better situation than the way she's been presenting. Like, oh no, I can't trust Suri and all that. I'm like, but y'all been talking, you know, but you know, so I was surprised about the Suri nom. I figured she would be in the 3 between Blue and Felicia. I thought she would be the backup, not Blue, is what I was kind of hoping for. But with these noms, there is hope, and I think it is with the veto, but it also depends who wins the veto, right?
True.
So we're gonna see. And they're pushing back. You got, like I said, I don't want to hear Cam. I don't want to hear nothing he got to say because you could have got Corey out already. So I don't want to hear this pushing Corey jump because you could have done
like
that.
He didn't win HOH like yesterday.
And the veto.
You know, you could have did it.
Right.
You had not even a little bit of power. You had all the power.
All of it.
All the eggs was in your basket. And you scrambled all of them.
And he ain't do it. So hopefully we're gonna see, because but I tried to tell y'all. See, people that listen to me week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I said this woman, y'all gotta remember, she is an attorney, or was at some point. She is not as aloof as she pretends to be. The way she hung on that wall, she showed y'all she's physically competent. And the way she killed this memory comp, like she suck at math.
She a beast. I feel like, honestly, if she actually wanted to win, Bowie Jane would have a couple wins under her belt. Honestly,
if she wanted to,
she really,
They gonna look up and Bowie Jane gonna win next week, and the week after she gonna be turned up. She gonna be the new veto queen. Watch.
Mess. Okay.
I don't want it to be that way, but I mean,
so obviously, you know, leading up to these nominations, there was like a whole lot of people pitching different plans, right? And there's like a lot of factions now. So I mean, I guess I could start off with Matt and Jag, who they seem like they have like the most influence over her a little bit. She's obviously still going to do what she wants to do, but they were definitely coming into this week wanting to take out Cam. And they're like, we need to do Cam, but how are we going to do it without all these people trying to like throw us under the bus? Because what Corey wants to do, and we'll get into Corey in America in a second, but Corey wants to just flat out put up Cam and Blue, and then, you know, they're mad at everybody. These two are still trying to play the middle. They're still trying to like, hide in plain sight. So what they're pitching is, let's do what Bowie wants to do, which is Suri and Felicia. One of us get veto them off, and probably put up Cam. Bowie doesn't want to do that. So we're looking at a possible blue renom. Is this a good move from Jag and Matt? Should they be targeting a blue or Cam here?
They definitely can need to go. I don't know. I just think for everybody's game, I know that they're working with him right now, but he's such a wild card. And if he gets too far in the game, he's going to just win out. And that's going to be unfortunate. So I think that he does need to go. For their game, he is a shield. But shields only last so long before they become a liability. And it's getting to that point. We're gonna have 8 people left. It's time. It's time for him to go. So yeah, they should be pushing for him. Blue, no, it's not a factor.
I can see, you know what? Actually, I can see blue. I was gonna say that at first, but now as I'm sitting here thinking, Corey is hell bent on getting blue out right now. When blue leaves, Corey is going to have a target for Matt and Jag, because he already talked about in the DRs this week that he don't have no trust in them anymore. He's only using them to get forward. So at this point, honestly, Cam and blue are shields. So it just kind of is a toss up on which one you're going to use. So I don't know. I think it's a flip of a coin, really.
Yeah. See, I see the argument for both of them. Like, obviously, they're trying to still like keep people who are going to target each other together, right? So they're going to want to keep blue in hopes that blue can take a shot at them. But Cam, even though he is somewhat loyal, Cam's going to do what Cam wants. And I think, especially at like final 9, it's time to get these comp beasts out. There's not going to be too like, I'm tired of them like passing up on the option. Yeah, right. So they need to take him out, because also America has some kind of influence over the guy. You don't want to mess around with that. But like I said, Bowie's not going to put him up. So I'm seeing that Bowie and Cam have some good.
And that's why he needs to go. Because why are you protecting him? And honestly, and y'all can talk about Bowie's what's best for her game, since we're talking about her nominations.
Okay.
I was like, putting up Felicia and Suri, they are safe noms, and a blue renom, it's all safe. But does it project Bowie for like a winner? No, like that is it's not a winning move. And we talked about this on our pod. Like, she needs to swing for the fences. If she wants to build her resume and be a contender for the end, she needs to make one of these big moves, whether it's a Corey backdoor or a Cam, specifically Cam. That's what she needs to do. But today we found out that she told Matt, I don't care about a resume. She literally told him that. And I was like, oh, well, that tells us everything we need to know. She ain't trying to win.
You need to go home. You need to go home. You need to go home.
I mean, what do you do with that? Like, how do you work with a player who's making moves that is not necessarily a bad move, but it's not a move that's going to benefit them to win the game, the reason that they're supposed to be here? How do you contend with that?
You also got to look at it.
Go ahead. You're good.
I'm saying you also got to look at it like this. If you don't have that much care to move your game forward and I'm your ally, why am I working with you? If you're not going to help yourself, you definitely ain't going to help me. So, shoot. Go ahead.
And I was just gonna say, I mean, I'm learning that Bowie and Felicia are extremely like emotional players, but I will say, hindsight, like Bowie putting up Felicia and Suri isn't that bad. Now, granted, with the intention of Suri going, I don't know how you realistically do that unless you're putting up like Matt or Jag. But even with that, she's not going to do that. So you could put Suri up. But like, and Suri is obviously going to be like a lot of like brag points stuff. But yeah, she's not going because she can't win anything, and no one's going to worry about that,
Right.
So, it's kind of iffy. I do think blue is a good third option if she takes a swing at anyone, because Bowie Jean is trying to play the middle right now, and I think blue getting put up on the block is like least like. The road, if you want like no blood, no opposition, like that's the safe move. But I understand the swinging thing, but like unless Bowie's path to a win is like getting to the end and then like winning key competition. That's what Bowie needs to do at this point. But yeah, I don't think Bowie even like the whole I'm not doing jury management stuff is pretty crazy. Like I don't know what's going on there.
It's a mess.
Whole damn mess. But the next people in this equation is Corey in America. Corey and America have basically flushed like any social capital they've had this game, right? And now they're in a predicament where they're somewhat in this alliance with Jag and Matt, but they're honestly just like solo players at this time. Like nobody trusts them, and they're solely still in this game as shields. Because once their side is not in like power for a HOH, Matt and Jag are going to use them like, let's take them out because people don't like them. They're not looking at us, they're looking at them, you know? So I mean, do people need to come after Corey and America, Tracy, or like are they just fodder? Like is this like an imagery? Like, what's going on here?
I think so, because at the end of the day, they're still a duo. It don't even matter if it's two people that lose everything. At the end of the day, that's two votes. That's 2 votes. And especially going down to a 7-person jury, that's 2 big numbers. So I think honestly, you can take a shot either way. But I think eventually, if not this week, next week at least, I think a shot should be took.
Yeah. I don't think that they should be the target this week, but next week.
Because you want Cam to go.
I want Jag gone.
Oh, yeah,
if I'm being honest, Jag is the one that needs to go.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, we can do a double.
Let's get him out. Triple. Let's get a Cam, there's Jag, and then America. That would be my preference. Those 3 right there.
I ain't mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
They can go. Because honestly, I didn't mind Corey as a player before he got into that showmance. Honestly, I felt the same way about America too.
Same.
So them getting together really
terrible.
Yeah.
So, that was what it was for me.
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, I don't
know. Okay. So we could talk about the 2 people on the block, Suri and Felicia. Suri is like I think Suri's done a good job at like lowering her threat level since Jared left.
For sure.
First and foremost. I am a little afraid for Suri because I think the position she's in now is like you got to kind of like hope you get into that final 5 spot, final 6, but like she can't win a competition, so she needs to convince someone to like take her. In my opinion, and this is huge big shot, but she needs to get lucky enough that like someone that doesn't like Jag gets HOH, and then they just need to take Jag out, because I think Matt would take Suri to the end. As long as Jag is there,
Jag is in his ear.
Yeah. So it's tricky.
That's why we needed Mimi, because Mimi was gonna put Matt and Jag on the block.
Yeah.
And I would obviously preference would be Jag to go home. I don't want Matt going home. I don't see a situation where Matt does go home, and that's why Matt's gonna win this game. But Jag, it's
looking like it.
The player that he has become, I don't even have words. Because I started out, he was my winner pick.
Who, Jag?
Jag was my winner pick from preseason winner pick. Like he was cool, calm, collected in the DR.
Shouldn't have done that.
Right. And then his brain cells left every day that he stayed in his house. He fought more for Riley and Corey than he ever did for himself while being on the block. And I just don't understand what's going on in his mind. And that's why I started calling him Scarecrow, because he doesn't have a brain. Now he started, getting on my good graces with Matt when they were trying to push to keep Suri safe, or at least move the target from her. So I'll give him that little bit. But his whininess, the vindictiveness, and the hypocrisy, I don't understand.
I'm over it.
This moral high ground that he's
very cocky this week too.
Yes,
very.
Those motherfuckers. That's what he loves.
Oh God. Yeah.
Oh man. But yeah, like I'm hoping the best for Suri. Felicia, oddly enough, after this week in surviving, seeing that she almost got this HOH, she just needs one HOH.
One more, just one
to
good
do
one.
some damage. Like I don't need her to
and she gonna do some damage. She gonna do
She's
some
gonna
damage.
put up Corey in America.
This was the one.
Everything up.
This was the one. And
yeah.
If I could turn the times back.
49,000, right? Okay.
Oh my God.
The BB God said we will not get what we desire.
It wasn't the BB gods, it was Felicia. Okay, like don't play. I don't want to hear that.
It's her prayers. We said she need to quit praying because the opposite effect happens every time she prayed. She prayed
every
for
time.
Jared to stay. Jared went home. She prayed to win HOH. They don't win HOH, and it's just like, quit praying.
You need to pray to lose. Is what you need to be doing.
Yeah.
They not getting past the ceiling. They bouncing right back down. So
she would lose to the one person who didn't study for anything in this competition.
Right.
Okay?
Like, come on.
So boy really didn't study.
From what I heard, from what I heard, she did not.
Goodbye. See, and she not a threat.
Well, I mean, no, but yeah. So the only other people we can really talk about, we kind of like talked about Cameron. There's not much to talk about outside of what we already said. Is Blue. I don't know what Blue's here for at this point. If she gets a competition, awesome. But I don't know who's working with Blue anymore. Like Jag and Matt are done with her. Sari and her kind of have like a mutual connection because of Jared, but like that's not really going anywhere. And no one else cares about Blue. Like, let's be honest. Eric, what does Blue need to do to change that?
Blue need to win the veto is what she need to do. This week, she needs to win the veto because she's the backdoor option, right? Whether she knows it or not, she needs to win this veto. She needs to go ahead and pull her mother-in-law down. Okay, so we say so they both can be safe. And so that Bowie is then forced to put up one of them in, and they can get them right on out the door. And that way, and then she needs to win HOH. I know there's a lot of winning, but it's not that she's not capable of doing it. She's done
come close a few times.
And so she needs some power to start breaking up some of these duos that we got around here. Because what she don't know is her best friend Jag is her biggest ops right now.
Definitely.
Because, so she needs to really. I know looking at Corey in America, which I would just throw one of each. Go ahead.
I was agreeing. Go ahead.
Yeah, so she needs to just target one of them and be cool. Like throw two of them up there. One of y'all come down, throw the other one up there. End the story. And that way she can start maneuvering without all these other pairs that don't like her. Because if you got two different pairs that don't like you, that's not good. Because you got four people coming for you. So if you can start breaking up at least, then you can start pulling and maybe moving them to the side.
Maneuvering. Right.
Yeah. Especially when and I hope Bowie's thinking about. Well, Bowie's not thinking.
She already told us she don't care.
Yeah, like she don't give a damn. But
I'm really worried about is that Vegemite. That's all she worried about.
What is that? Do you even know what that is?
I don't know.
I googled it because what the hell is this? It's some kind of a spread that they put on like bread. It has a specific taste. What the hell? Australians love it, but it smells terrible. Apparently, I don't know what she's thinking. But it's like a popular. Yeah, it's popular, whatever it is.
Oh, nar. Okay.
Exactly.
But one thing they really gotta look at if they're looking at this competition pattern, they're due for like a physical competition soon. And I hate this so much, but Matt and Jag are literally like predicting like a slip and slide soon, and I could see them winning that. I need you guys to Cam can win that too, but I just need these people to use this thing they have in their mind called a brain.
Come on. If they only had a brain.
Okay. But that's really it for players. I hate how straightforward this podcast is, but this is a very straightforward week. I don't really know what else there's to really discuss. Am I missing something?
Not much.
No, I mean,
not really.
That's really.
I mean, but Bowie is giving us nothing. So, and there's really honestly not much we can do until after veto. Now, when veto pops off, maybe, but it seems like Bowie is I don't even want to say she a crack though. She a closed though. She gonna do what she want to do.
She'll do
So,
it. Bowie
Which is
Bowie
good.
mean.
Because we always say HOH needs to do what's best for the HOH. Like, quit worrying about what everybody else is saying. But then it's like, you doing what you want to do does not benefit my faves.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
want you
saying.
to
Do
do
what I
what you
want you to
don't.
do. There you go.
Or
Do
else
what
you want
I
the ratings to
do.
drop.
Right.
Yeah.
You want those
Yeah.
ratings to drop.
Yep. Maybe.
And I think the hardest part, and again, I know we're biased. We already didn't, mention that we are biased, but we like gameplay, good gameplay, right? Refreshing gameplay.
Do.
But because she is not trying to win, I don't want you making the safe move if you're not even playing the move. If she can be like, oh, I'm just gonna make the safe move so I can chill for a couple more weeks and then turn the fire up.
Hell no.
Okay, but you're not even saying that. You literally told Matt, I don't care about her resume. Oh,
if I'm playing my ass off in this game and somebody told me that, you going on block next week
because she being scary. Because she's like,
doing?
Everybody else who made a big move and went home. True, she clocked that T. She did. They have, but it's you, Bowie Jane. Who is literally going to put you on the block? Who's wasting the HOH on Bowie Jane?
Me.
Fucking Bowie Jane.
No, I'm just playing.
But no,
I mean, they need to.
She needs to.
Bro.
Honestly,
Like,
at this point, it's
no one's
nobody's a
targeting
waste.
her.
At this point,
no one's targeting her. That's a spot to being taken away from someone. Take that person out.
So that's my question.
That's true.
Who sits next to Bowie and Bowie go home?
Nobody.
Do you get rid of Bowie? So how do you get rid of her?
Maybe if it was like Matt or Jag or something.
Dang,
like, oh,
nobody goes home.
I don't know.
Oh, you know what? Matt is the only maybe.
No one has the balls to put him on the block. So,
but yeah, it depends on if everybody's gonna make the move to get him out.
Because they can be like, oh, that's too good to have Matt. Matt ain't gonna never touch the block again. We may got to get him out. So
exactly. So it depends.
She's almost a shoe-in for the finale at this point. If we're saying nobody, we can sit no one next to her and she'll go home. Huge R&R. She don't even want to win.
Bowie, Grace in the chest says Bowie for the 75,000 at this point. Her and Blue will be fighting for the Blue. Blue is not. Blue has no shot. I'm gonna stop you right there. But I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Doing so well too.
Well, okay. I did not feed for the hype. Okay, but
she was doing all right last week. She was putting in work, and then after the
she
video
was doing better than what she was.
If we want to call it that, we can call it that. But all right, man. Do we have anything else we want to talk about, guys? Is there anything I'm missing?
Eric, tell them where to find us.
We about to do that. We about to do that.
Oh, okay. He said, "Don't get ahead. Hold your voice."
Oh, now that pushed us forward. But no, I think that's it for the week.
Okay, but anyway, before we do our plugs, thank you everybody for watching. Of course. Make sure you follow on all of our social media platforms. If you like what you're hearing, rate it 5 stars. 5 stars only. If you don't like it, just wait till you hear something that you do like. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. Thank you guys for coming. Where can people find you?
I can't. Oh my goodness. Thanks, Isaiah, for having us. We appreciate you and Silent Podcast and the thing that you guys do here. You all are amazing. So it's great to finally be in your house and to kick it with you and collab. You can find us at Who All Gonna Be There podcast on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe and turn on those notifications because we got good content too. They killing over here. We are too. And you can also find us on Twitter and IG at Who All There.
All right. Is that it? We all good?
That's it.
And then you see our handles. Check us out on Twitter at Tracy J and at Rock and Rollerson. And what did I say? Rollerson?
Yes, it's Rollerson. People say Rollerson. It's okay.
Yeah.
Follow us, like all that. We be saying what we want to say. Just a heads up.
Absolutely. I need to come. Yeah, listen, y'all gotta let me come over there at some point, man.
For sure. The door is open.
You just gotta let me know.
Yeah. We get a little crazy over there, so we're gonna talk crazy when you come on to the podcast, when you come over to the fam.
Like usually you can find me at 8Ball Bangers on all social media platforms. You can find me in Josie and Katie here every Friday talking Big Brother. Love is Blurry. We're going to continue that on Monday because the episodes just dropped. I hate this cast.
Ooh,
But
that's a whole nother conversation.
That's a whole other conversation.
Lord.
What is going on?
A damn mess. And then you can find on the It's a Effing Survivor Ranking podcast where we just did the first episode and we ranked everyone. You can find me, Gia Worthy, and Josh Kettles doing that on Monday as well. And whenever they upload it, I was literally just before this recorded with Asia Welsh and Mary for their Love is Blind review on RHAP. So make sure you check that out as well. But until next Friday, have a good one. Bye.
Bye.